Oh, you all want that, don't you? Be just as interesting as jazz music. I'm gonna accelerate again. Handling is wonderful, guys, but just the only questionable aspect is that whenever I accelerate, the engine screams. It's like jazz music, guys. More lively, you know? Being more alive, living the life. This Honda Jazz is like sushi. Less is more. Okay, so I have a question to ask you all. Do you all want something very economic to drive? Something that consumes very less fuel? Oh yes, you want that. Okay, do you all want something that costs below 30,000 euros? Something that's not so expensive and yet so fuel economic? Oh, you all want that, don't you? Now, do you all want reliability as well? Okay, yes, of course, you all want that. Okay, why am I asking these questions? I mean, seriously. Now, one last question to ask you all. Do you want this car of yours to cost below 30,000 euros and yet be super city friendly, super fun to drive, super reliable, and super economic? Oh yes, you want all that? Do you? Do you want all that? I introduce you all to the Honda Jazz. This Honda Jazz costs 25,000 euros. Is this good value for money or not? You know what, guys? We're gonna find out in a moment. But before doing so, I'm already gonna tell you all something. It's very rare you come across a hybrid car that's super spacious and super reliable and at the same time super economic to live with. So already there you have it. Is this good value for money or not? I'm inclined to say yes, but before doing so, let's get down to reviewing and test driving this Honda Jazz. Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be test driving a Honda Jazz. Oh, you heard me everyone. The world knows about the Honda Jazz. It's also known as the Honda Fit. Alright, so over here is the key fob to the Honda Jazz. It's very simple, rather good, and rather small, so it's easy to fit in the pocket. So just the lock button and the unlock button. And it's a keyless start-stop. So we're gonna test drive this Honda Jazz, guys. I'm gonna tell you all what I think of it. Honda has stepped up his game. The first generation Honda Jazz was horrible. It was just super reliable, but then just an A to B eco box. This generation Honda Jazz aspires to be just as interesting as jazz music. And now we're gonna see if this lives up to its name, guys. So I'm gonna test drive this Honda Jazz, and it's a hybrid. So and it's not a plug-in hybrid. I mean, when I say hybrid, it means it recharges itself automatically with the brakes. So already I'm very impressed with how light the steering wheel is. In fact, I'm not even turning at all, and it's already so light I can turn it all I like. That's something I adore. I just love it when the steering wheel is super light, guys. Whenever you engage the car in gear or anything, the car tends to move itself automatically, and that's common for automatic transmissions, but I'm just putting it out anyways because with some cars they don't move at all when you engage them in gear. So everything is good, all the controls are nice. Okay, those indicators are very solid. Like, I don't know, this is the first time I've ever seen indicators so solid. Now let's accelerate. Oh, the acceleration on this car is good. It's just the engine likes to scream when you floor it. I'm just gonna put the sun visor. Now we just have to do a stiff brake. Okay, so whenever I do a brake, this car recharges its battery. Activated the cruise control and the lane assist, guys. The lane assist and cruise control is quite good. I like it. Okay, so this Honda Jazz feels rather maneuverable. It feels quite good. I like it. And I have to say, it's quite impressive, guys. Like, I really just liked how maneuverable it was at the roundabout. And now I'm going to accelerate again. Okay, see, that's the thing. Handling is great. Handling is wonderful, guys. But just the only questionable aspect is that whenever I accelerate, the engine screams. Control was good. Steering was great. Like, and I've also noticed the suspension setting appears to be on the firm side. Yeah, we can put it that way. It's on the firm side. So the thing is, when driving in the city, this Honda Jazz is perfect. It's good. It's ideal, okay? Perfect is a bit of a big word, but this car is ideal. The suspension setting was wonderful. I loved it. I think so far the only questionable aspect about the way it drove was the highway. Like, the engine screams when you floor it. So the thing about this accelerator is that you really have to be gentle with it. You have to push slowly. Do not rush it. This car does not like, start-stop traffic. Well, start-stop in the sense, you know, you're idle and suddenly you're accelerating. No. Do not do that. Be gentle with the accelerator. Okay, now is the moment of truth, guys. I'm going to execute a U-turn. We're going to see how this Honda Jazz performs with this U-turn. Okay, moment of truth, guys. Moment of truth. I have faith in this Honda Jazz, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Wow. You know what? This is great. This Honda Jazz is amazing. The U-turn which I executed was a piece of cake. It was so easy. Okay, guys, so what I have to say was the indicators were very solid, very good, and I'm going to show you by what I mean. So, for example, this is the indicators. The indicator lights were very, very good. I was impressed, guys. I was very impressed with how everything feels well built about this. And also the steering wheel was rather good. It's so solid. Like, look at this, guys. I mean, the car is not even... I'm not even using effort to turn the steering wheel. I can just do it with one finger. It's so light, guys. This is what I like. Now, the steering wheel is very good, but I find it rather too big. Well, it's fine. I mean, it's not a questionable aspect at all. Never. No. I cannot question the steering wheel. Not at all. Over here is the transmission, everyone. So when you engage it, you put your feet on the brake, and then you have to just push a button here, and then you engage it in your desired gear. Working brake, everyone. And over here you get some extra storage. Very nice. And the storage space over here can be very practical for your telephone. Over here is a cup holder, guys. You get only one cup holder, and you do get a second bit of storage over here in between the central console and the cup holder, which can be practical for your wallet or whatever you need to store down there. The thing about this interior of the Honda Jazz, there's only one cup holder, and perhaps this can double as a cup holder to hold your... Oh yes, guys, central console storage. The central console storage is rather deep, but a bit on the narrow side, but it's not a problem. At the end of the day, it's rather comfortable and it cocoons you, so basically when driving, I can just relax my arm here, and that's perfect. I like it. And this is the horn to the Honda Jazz, guys. This sort of horn of the Honda Jazz is very interesting, guys, because this is the kind of horn I've heard with a lot of Japanese cars, to be honest. I've been in many Japanese cars, guys. Even my Nissan Navara has a similar horn that sounds like this. I don't know why they have this sound of horn, but it's something I've noticed very much amongst Japanese 4x4s and Toyota especially. Like, they really do have a tone of noise that sounds like this. Like, let's check this out. That's very interesting, guys. Over here is your infotainment system, guys, and I like how you get the climate control. So this is the infotainment system, guys. So let's go to home. And so whenever I go home, it takes me to this page. And there we go. So, yep, this is very good. This infotainment system is rather basic. And it's easy to use, practical, not groundbreaking at all in my opinion, but it's as good as it has to be for a price and for this segment, so I cannot complain about it. And over here is your instruments cluster, everyone, and so it's quite good. I like how it's a bit basic. So over here is your battery level, and then over here is your fuel level, guys. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention earlier, guys, you get another cup holder right here. So let's see. Oh, it does its job perfectly, guys. Nice cup holder you get here. And I like how there's an air vent right there. These are all your window controls, everyone. I like it. And I like how the driver window is automated, only driver one. And then over here you get your center lock button and your mirror controls. And by the way, you get some extra storage right here, guys. This is super duper practical. When it comes to practicality solutions, this Honda Jazz is very well prepared. So upon entering this Honda Jazz, I already noticed one questionable aspect, and I just want to point it out. On a muddy day, this can be covered in mud because the length of the door does not cover the edge. So therefore, you just have to watch out, but otherwise it should not be a big deal. Oh, how amazing, the hood latch is all the way there. Now let's move to the rear seat of this Honda Jazz. So sitting in the rear seat of the Honda Jazz, everyone, I really like it. I have a lot of leg room and a lot of knee room, so that's very good for the B segment. I also do get enough headroom, guys. Check this out. The headroom is good. Yeah, it's pretty typical for a B segment car. A nice rear seat pocket, everyone. Nice door handle. I like the piano black effect over here. And then you get the window button right there. Very good. No air vent, no climate control, nothing much going on here. Although I just wonder what is this for. Can be perceived as questionable, especially for a price of 25,000 euros. And then so is the storage space down there, guys. It's a bit small. Now, whether it's questionable or not, that can be debatable, but for a price of 25,000 euros, maybe one could have expected much. But don't forget, this Honda Jazz is hybrid. Oh yes, guys, you get a coat hook right here and a nice handle, but then for some reason, the people on this side do not get a coat hook right here, but they do get a handle. A prominent advantage I would like to first tell you all is that the A pillar is very thin and it's split into two pillars. So over here is the one of the pillar and the second pillar is right here. Then over here you have the window, and this improves visibility outside, guys. Because when I sat in the interior of the Honda Jazz, I was very impressed with how airy it was. It was just so alive. It was just so, you know, easy to look out. Visibility was very, very good. Right, so here's my conclusion about the Honda Jazz, everyone. My conclusion about the Honda Jazz and the test drive overall, I have to say, is that this car is an amazing city car. Think about it. Less than 30,000 euros for a price of 25,000 euros only. You get a car that's hybrid, super spacious, and quite fun to drive in the city. I mean, I was at that roundabout, and guys, this car handled it so well. Now, as for the suspension setting when it comes to bumpiness and such, I think it was a bit on the sports side. I'd say it's on the sports side, but because it was a bit on the firm setting, that's even better. This makes the ride more composed, it makes the ride more interesting, and also it gives it a sort of go-kart experience, you know? Go-kart experience is when the ride is a bit too firm. You do not want it when it's too firm. The suspension setting of this Honda Jazz was just great. But the only questionable aspect I would like to remark about the drive was that something about the accelerator seemed a bit slow. Like when I'm trying to adjust my speed to highway speed or trying to go a bit faster, or whenever I'm in the middle of motion and I'm trying to push the accelerator, the car engine has a tendency to scream. It always wants me to be gentle with the accelerator, which is good. This car requires gentleness. I've noticed at highway speed or at higher speed, like whenever you accelerate, the engine screams, and that can be perceived as questionable, although it can be a bit average for a B-segment car, especially with an automatic transmission. Another questionable aspect I'd like to remark, well, I don't know if it's really questionable, is that the road noise, guys. The road noise. Like, I was driving on roads that were rather smooth. They were not bumpy at all. But even then, at slow speed, I could hear lots of road noises. And that's, now whether it's questionable or not, it can be debatable because this is only a B-segment car of 25,000 euros. So I wasn't expecting very much. But my opinion of this Honda Jazz. Oh, I love this Honda Jazz. Oh, I love this Honda Jazz. I really, really do. I actually like it, guys. This Honda Jazz is adorable, guys. It's really, really good, and it has stepped up its game. The Honda Jazz before was horrible, guys. Super boring to look at, and actually, unintentionally, it earned a stereotype, guys. Here in Belgium, these cars earned a stereotype. I'm not even going to say what the stereotype is, but yeah. I mean, Honda basically had to work on distancing itself from the stereotype, and it seems like they've paid some attention at last about it. And this time, with the Honda Jazz, they've made it more lively. It's like jazz music, guys. More lively, you know? Being more alive, living the life. Honda Jazz is like sushi. Less is more. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go city cruising with this Honda Jazz. Bye!